This episode of the Wayang Crew podcast is brought to you by Times Cineplex. Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of the Wayang Crew podcast. It's me, Kev, once again, speaking to you through this mic on this podcast where we talk about all things movies, especially movies that are playing here in Brunei Darussalam. This week, we'll be giving you a review of the much anticipated Venom. First up, it's my co-host, it's Del.
Hello.
What's up?
Skyrim?
For like the third week?
It has officially been 1 month.
Has it been a month?
4 weeks in a row.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency. We never actually asked you this. How are you doing in Skyrim?
Did you just start?
I just started like a
Oh.
month ago, yeah.
Right. So you never played it before. So this isn't something you're revisiting. This is your first time playing it.
First time I got it, I played for like a few hours and then I stopped because there was something more interesting like some
Witcher.
MMORPG.
Oh.
I never
I really thought Del was gonna go. There was something more interesting, like real life. Like that's the kind of thing you would say.
Right. But no, it was like I think it was Star Wars, The Old Republic, or was it Final Fantasy
KOTOR?
14? No, not KOTOR.
Oh.
Just Tor.
All right. Sure. Up next is the co-host of the podcast. It's Naz.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? You're back again?
Consistency.
Consistency.
This week's theme is consistency.
Yeah.
Yes, consistency. And let's strive for more consistency.
Yes, that's good.
All right.
Impressive.
Hopefully next week's podcast, Del's still on Skyrim.
Yes.
I don't
Naz
see why not.
is still here, and I'm butting in uninvited.
What?
What?
No, because I've butted in twice already.
Right.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't know what you're on
right.
about. Anyway, which brings us finally to the other co-host of the podcast. It's Kai.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Very happy to be here today.
Of course.
Okay.
That is not
That
consistent.
doesn't sound happy.
It doesn't sound sincere.
No, it's just I'm so shy. It's just
All right.
means a lot to be here.
The upcoming week is going to be a big week for us. We have a couple of shows, brouhaha shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are listening and did not know, all of us are part of a stand-up troupe called Brouhaha Comedy,
Brunei.
What?
What?
which apparently is news to Del. Del don't want to give you a heart attack, but Saturday you have a show.
What?
And we are having a couple of shows on the 12th and 13th of October, which is happening here in Brunei at the Progressive headquarters. Very big supporters of ours, Head Progressive. Thank you so much.
For the last year, yeah.
Yeah, for those of you out there who are listening, who are coming, well, we hope you enjoy the show, and we'll maybe talk about that next week on the next episode of the podcast. But let's get to the weekly segment.
Also,
which is-
if any of our
Whoa.
international audiences want to fly in, just let us know.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of the show, I'm just saying.
We'll give you VIP seats.
Yeah.
Which are basically just front row seats.
Yes, just front row seats, which are VIP.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll stick like a little piece of paper on it.
Yeah.
All right, back to the news. We got a second trailer for Robin Hood.
No, it's the final trailer.
Oh, finally, yeah, the second trailer.
No, the third.
We had a teaser and then a trailer and then...
Oh, no. Teaser, first trailer, second trailer, final trailer.
Okay, final trailer. Are we excited to see this?
Yes.
I completely
Yeah.
did not see this trailer.
Oh.
Oh.
Because I was more focused on the other Taron Egerton trailer, Rocketman.
Oh,
Ah,
Yeah.
Rocketman.
I was like, wait, Taron Egerton has 2 trailers? No, I will only give him data worth of 1. So I watched Rocketman.
Oh, that's your fault.
Rocketman is, of course, the fictionalized sort of fairy tale biography of Elton John.
Yes.
Fictionalized.
It's exaggerated.
It's very much exaggerated.
Yeah.
It says so in the
Sure,
trailer.
but isn't everything else, every other biography out there,
This
isn't it
is quite
sensationalized
true.
it to a certain extent?
In
I
thi-
guess it's either real life or fantasy.
In this one, he flies, so it's kind of like a big
Yeah.
fish sort of situation here.
I
Yeah.
think it's not that he flies, but because
In his
of
head.
he has taken something and then he's flying.
Could he
Ah.
be a Rocketman?
Oh,
right.
I still don't see Taron as Elton. I don't see it yet.
There have been more mismatch casting before
Yeah.
when it comes to
sure,
playing
like
real life.
Tom Hardy as
Yeah,
Eddie
as
Brock.
Venom. Yeah.
So this
Sure,
bit,
sure.
so this bit of news took a weird turn. We were going to talk about Robin
Hood, yes.
I watched the trailer. I'm still excited to see this. If more so, I guess, to see the dynamic between Jamie Foxx and Taron Egerton. It seems like it could work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also like a more sensationalized biography of Robin Hood as well.
Yeah.
I do not think that it's
I thought we were talking about Rocketman. I'm like, Jamie Foxx was not in the Rocketman trailer.
Snap back.
So
no, it looks like a high octane action packed movie, so and a more modern way of telling the story of Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that this version of Robin Hood is more on par with like a Hawkeye?
No, I don't.
I think they're building a cinematic universe.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood and like
Little John.
Yeah, sure. You know,
Oh.
like it's a bunch of guys.
No.
like a bunch of men in tights.
Yeah,
Men in Tights was awesome.
it really is the best Robin Hood movie ever made.
I guess.
Yeah.
Speaking of men in tights, we also got a trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This is the trailer number 2.
Too.
There's a lot more that is shown in this. There's a couple of versions of Spider-Man in there, including Spider-Ham. And I don't know, this is like a really weird mismatch of this Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And we've got Spider-Man Noir. We've got like an older...
Which was Nicolas Cage,
yeah.
right?
Hey, fellas. And then
I'm Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man.
we've got some Nicolas Cage news later on. But what did you think of this second trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Well, we should let Naz go first. She's the biggest Spider-Man fan in the room right now.
Yes.
Oh, I was so happy when it came out. That's all I can say.
That's all you can say?
Oh, no, but I didn't really like, I don't know, because voice casting matters in these kind of situations. And I didn't really like Peter Parker's voice. I didn't feel it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this isn't Peter Parker.
Yep.
That Peter Parker, the voice of that is the guy from New Girl, right?
Yeah,
the guy,
Jake Johnson.
the guy in the Mummy.
Yes.
It doesn't
Wait,
sound...
Jake Johnson is from The New Girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's where I feel like I heard the voice
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
I feel like the perfect voice actor for this would have been Tobey Maguire.
That's where I was going.
I don't like...
Well,
No, okay, because when I saw him stop that train in the beginning of the trailer, I was like, no way. I thought it was just like a nod to Tobey
Yeah.
Maguire. And then there was a scene of him taking his mask upside down and proceeded to kiss Mary Jane. I was like, that's from Spider-Man 1. And then they were in the restaurant and the taxi was coming through the window. And I was like, okay,
was
so this is
Spider-Man.
like a proper Tobey Maguire universe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet on it. I just won't.
well, okay. Here's the thing.
No.
We can't guarantee anything because,
Yeah, because it's a Spider-Verse.
It's a Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So
It's a
That's true.
Spider-Verse.
Anything can happen. It's
Yeah.
like
So it would
Flash, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, it's like the Flash. Anything can
It's
happen.
like Earth
But
1,
wouldn't
Earth
it
2.
make more sense to get Toby back?
For this?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
What's
like,
he doing now?
But like day by day, he watched.
Day by day. Peter, stop.
I was waiting to use that the entire time.
So we are excited for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse,
we are.
Yeah.
which is coming out at the end of this year.
Spider-Man's pretty cool.
Spider-Gwen, yeah.
Spider-Gwen, yeah.
We finally get like a proper speaking role for her in this trailer.
Yeah.
Like you hear her speaking, like
Yeah.
not
it's
just
Haley Steinfeld,
yeah,
who is also in Bumblebee.
Bumblebee, yeah,
Oh.
She's got 2 big movies coming out in December.
and she's actually a pop star.
Yeah, she sings.
Well,
Yeah, she sings. Yeah. Well, star,
I mean,
I use the word star very liberally.
like everyone else, yes.
Yeah.
We have been talking a lot about Spider-Man Far From Home, which is a sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming. Okay, that's the Tom Holland take in this Marvel Cinematic Universe of Spider-Man. And we got some set photos and a video showing Jake Gyllenhaal
As Mysterio.
as Mysterio.
She's freaking out.
Yo, you can see the
She's
fishbowl
shaking.
on his head.
Oh,
Whoa.
has there been a picture with the fishbowl?
Yeah.
Oh, I've not been updated.
And his suit. Oh my god.
But it looked. I saw a picture, but he still had the beard and the hair.
No. There was one photo, a paparazzi photo or something, like from
Right.
afar. He's wearing like a greenish suit
Yeah, I saw that
with a
one.
fishbowl.
I didn't see the fishbowl.
Well, I guess it's a helmet.
Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, it is a hell. He's my top 3 Spider-Man villains of all time.
Yeah, I love Mysterio.
And also for those who are not like hardcore fans of the Spider-Man comic books, I guess Mysterio is a villain in the Spider-Man universe, and he's a guy who used to work in like special effects or something.
His power is okay. I could be wrong, but his power is altering perception and reality.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. So he's a very mysterious character. I knew that wouldn't fly. I hereby hand in my resignation.
Yeah, but like the filming is done in Europe, right?
Yeah, and
So does that make him European?
he's probably British. Oh, Spider-Man. I'm about to get all mysterious up in there.
I would like for him to be Eastern European.
Well, you see, depending on who wrote Mysterio, he could teleport too. I could be like he could disappear and reappear. Like I would be surprised like
Depends on the...
if he like lives in New York, pops up in like London in 1
What
minute.
if he?
No. That is
2 minutes?
What if there's like filming going on in Europe? And
All
they say
right,
it,
yeah.
And then he's like one of the special effects guys.
That could work. That could work.
And what is I don't know.
All right.
Then he falls into a pit of like
Mysterious.
mysterious stuff
Mysterion. That's what it would call.
with like computers
Sure, sure.
and
We don't-
digital stuff.
For those of you who are listening, this is being recorded at like pretty late at night.
Yeah.
It's not that late yet.
I'm an old man, Del.
Anyway, we're
Sure.
gonna move it along. Big news this week. We finally heard news that Avengers 4 wrapped filming.
I know. 4th October.
Yep.
And what's his name?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
oh no.
whoa.
Like the tweet from Chris Evans.
Oh, that was so sad.
Which is this bit of news. He put out a tweet thanking all the Marvel fans and everyone who has been behind the camera and everyone who has supported the MCU over the last 8 years. And he says, thank you. Which I think is like the final nail in this coffin. That
No,
is
there's no
his-
coffin, Kev. Take that back.
All right. The final bell in this saga that is the Captain America, whether or not he will stay on after Avengers 4. Is he the one that is going to sacrifice himself?
I'm guessing, yeah.
I can't be the only one who was really, really affected by that tweet, right?
I was affected. I read that tweet mid watching Venom.
No way.
Oh
You should not be looking at your phone in this. moment.
Yeah, what's up with that?
no! No, I was gonna like
What's
silent my
up?
phone. at the
I'm
time.
sure. And you were on Twitter.
No. There was news.
I was reading that tweet over and over again while listening to "You Are Not Alone" by Michael Jackson.
He's so
Right.
dramatic.
No, it hasn't hit me yet, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Well, when it does, "You Are Not Alone" by Michael Jackson is a good song to listen to.
We've got about 6 months to go before Avengers 4, and I can't wait to see how this ends for him. I mean, if anything, to bring closure to the whole thing. We've been talking about it. Chris Evans and also Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth has not had his contract renewed.
The Chris's.
Yeah, both Chris's. And this has also affected Robert Downey Jr., who responded to his tweet by putting up an Instagram post, which is a fan art mock-up of Toy Story with a hand-drawn Buzz Lightyear as Iron Man and Woody as Captain America
That's so sad.
in the colors. And the caption is, "We all know who the real sheriff in town is."
That's really nice.
Yep, it's really nice.
I need a moment.
Oh, that's so.
Do you have Michael
sad.
Jackson on your laptop?
Oh man. So I'm guessing like. Oh my gosh. So maybe Tony tries to save the world, but then Cap does it
Yeah.
instead.
and like as
I
Cap's dying,
s-
Tony's just like, "You are not alone."
Oh, not like that.
So I get flamed for saying all these a few months back and now it's okay.
Flamed you. Nobody flamed you, Del.
Yes.
Fine.
It was a fan fiction, you said?
No, okay.
No, I said
Let
yes.
us find the evidence that you
agreed.
got flamed, Del. Let's find evidence that made it look like you got flamed.
Oh, please. Let's listen back.
Yeah, we should listen back.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Kev, play it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going back 6 months.
I will insert the bit here. Dark Phoenix, which is something that we I was kind of excited because we talked about the trailer on the last episode of the podcast. That has since been delayed by a couple of months
to June.
To June, from February to June. They've pushed it back about 5 months, and yeah, what is going on?
Wait,
I'll tell you what's
so
going on.
it went from summer to
No, it went from
It was supposed to be,
February.
yeah.
No, it was supposed to be November this year.
November 2018, pushed
Moved to February 2019.
and then
and now it's pushed again.
Yeah.
pushed to
Why?
July.
Oh no, because
Because
it's summer blockbuster.
correct.
So what happened was they
The
released the trailer.
was so well received
Okay.
that the studio decided this is definitely gonna make money, so we're gonna put it in blockbuster season.
Wow.
That's the only logical explanation.
You know the whole. What is it? Is that thunder?
Yeah.
So the,
It's just
It wasn't Thor.
the whole time you were talking, there was thunder. It's like making fun of your suggestion.
Yeah.
No.
Even the universe doesn't agree with Del.
No. But that's interesting.
Actually, Dell is kind of right. They saw that there was an opportunity for them to have a bigger impact, so they pushed it back a couple of months because more screens, especially in IMAX, will be available during that time
This
period
summer.
in
Right.
June.
That's interesting.
I read an article somewhere that said that they were looking to do reshoots.
No.
And they were going to hire Brett Ratner to do it.
Oh.
I don't know.
I think so.
Just wanted to throw some shade.
Shading.
Oh.
It's all the movie's all done. They just want a different date.
Yeah.
I mean, they just
No,
want
because
to.
February's too close to Shazam and Captain Marvel.
No, but it would have been the first movie out for the superhero genre.
Yeah, for that run.
For
Yeah.
2019, they would have been safe.
It would
would
have
have-
been a wiser choice.
Yes,
I
but
believe.
now-
Deadpool came out on the same date 2 years ago, I
Correct.
think. Yeah.
But now they have so much confidence in this movie that they are deciding to put it in summer.
Yeah.
Among all the other blockbusters.
I would have picked February. It would have been the safest choice.
Okay, so February 14 now is Alita Battle Angel.
Oh yeah, but that got pushed as well, right?
That was
Because
supposed to be-
go up against Bumblebee and Aquaman.
Yeah.
Well, according to the article I just read, apparently the push was also so that they could have a bigger impact in the Chinese cinema market.
Right.
Because February traditionally in China is like everyone's
New
off
Year.
for like the whole month.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no one does anything.
Year.
Makes sense. All the
Yeah.
best to them.
All right. Did you guys hear about the Deadpool 2 PG-13
Yeah.
edition?
We did.
And we didn't.
Yay
think it
or
was-
nay?
No.
Nay.
Why?
Why?
That's okay. So like, if the situation was reversed, that's like releasing an R-rated version of like the Simpsons movie. Like it's just so far. Like
I think it's
just
redundant.
Yeah, it's just so far.
Like, you can just let your kids watch the R-rated. I'm kidding, guys. No, I mean,
But you can see the business decision sense behind something like this.
Yes, it has
So
made money.
It has made money in the R rating sort of.
Yep.
If anything, that first movie should get a PG-13 because that was the better film, in my opinion.
I think this one was the kid-friendly film.
How do you know they're not releasing Deadpool 1 and 2 together?
What if they merge? If they cut out enough R material?
That is
to-
actually
Cut out enough R material.
That is
Yeah.
actually one of the theories that they're going to be cutting down both movies and putting them as
Really?
one
Yeah.
What?
one PG-13 kind of movie.
And they're gonna call it Deaderpool.
No. Not so.
I have a
Deadpool.
show in 5 days. I'm rehearsing.
Right.
I will watch it. I'll watch it.
Yesterday we got an extended preview of Aquaman. This was a five
Five
minute
minutes.
trailer,
What?
essentially.
So
I quit.
that's 5 minutes of the movie.
It's actually
Yes.
5 and some change, right?
Yeah, 5 and a bit, pushing 5.5,
Yeah.
and I have to say that this feels like the whole movie.
No. Look, this has been the best decision they've made in terms of their marketing because everything led up to this has not impressed. And this one, you can tell that the CGI is all done. You can tell the action sequences are all in a nicely edited format. And you can tell James Wan's signature camera movement. It is fantastic. I'm now officially excited for this movie.
Wait.
Actually-
sorry, go ahead.
No, he has a point about the cinematic stuff.
Right, because I can't help but feel like the CGI is not done.
Same. Like I
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, me and Kai had this
Yeah.
conversation before we started recording.
It looks the best one, this one,
Okay.
I
for
feel like
among
there's
all
not
the
been
other
any improvements.
trailers.
I feel that they can maybe do better.
Yeah.
Maybe
okay.
it's just a trailer though. But I'm not the only one who thinks his suit is
Weird.
a go.
My problem with the suit is that it's got like these little contours near where his abs are supposed to be,
Yeah.
and it just looks like his stomach is smiling.
Is that it? No, I just thought the coloring was
I
off.
don't think it suits the tone of the film.
Yeah.
Like if this was a different movie where we could have accepted an Aquaman with an orange suit, yeah, I mean like obviously it's got some good production quality behind the suit, but
Yeah.
it's just
Maybe this the color.
I'm still not feeling it.
Speaking of the suits, we finally got the first teaser of the comic accurate suit, which is
Yeah.
the gold and green.
Yeah, it's just
Like what you said, the color was a bit off.
Yeah.
It didn't really
Was it gold or was it still orange?
it was like gold orange,
Copper
right?
orange-ish
Yeah.
gold.
It was only a second, so I didn't mind it.
Actually, though, it was 4 seconds.
Sure. It
Okay.
was less than 5 seconds, so I'm good.
So Dell's excited for this. Naz is kind of excited. Me and
Yeah.
Kai are still sort of like halfway there.
But there was at New York Comic Con recently. They showed so this is related to DC. They showed bits of Aquaman.
Yep.
They played Titans in its entirety, and then they showed bits of Shazam.
And they also showed like 30 minutes of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
15 minutes of X-Men.
Yeah.
Dark
So
Phoenix.
at
Wow.
apparently Shazam is just shaping up to be like really good.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah. So like I just thought I'd put it out there. Like even if I'm not excited for Aquaman, I still am excited for Shazam.
Shazam, yeah.
Something from DC.
Yeah.
Speaking of DC, one of the big players there, of course, is Batman, and we have had this long back and forth about whether or not Ben Affleck will still be Batman or not. Reportedly, he still wants to play Batman.
Oh, he needs to sort himself out.
He has. Yeah.
There's been pictures.
There's
So
been pictures.
he's
He
out
has
of
been released
rehab.
from rehab,
and he's really looking
yes,
good.
he's looking like he looks
He's lost-
alive.
yeah, he looks a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I was really happy, not just because it's got nothing to do with Batman at this point for
Yeah.
me. Like for me, it's just I just don't like seeing people go through stuff like that in their lives.
Yeah.
So for him to be, I think the picture was taken in LA, for him to be out and about, looking fit, lean, and just overall like in a better position than he was a few months ago,
Yeah.
I'm just happy for the guy.
This follows news that we talked about last week, where there were photos of him out and about, and he was supposedly getting in shape. And
Yeah.
you know, I think it has shown,
Yeah.
because he's been in rehab for like the better part of like a month and a half, I think, or
Yeah.
maybe 2 months.
Like he looks good. I'm just happy for the guy. And if like playing Batman is really something like, you know, so there was BVS, which was not really loved by anybody, and then there was Justice League, which again suffered the same fate. So if they say the third time's the charm, I truly hope this Batman outing is the one that makes people go, yeah, this guy is doing the right thing. You know? Like all the best to him, you know, at this point.
Good to see that he's
He's
done
back.
with
Good.
rehab.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whether he plays Batman or not, I don't care.
Oh well, all the best to you, Ben Affleck, and I've said on this podcast I like his take on Batman, and I want to see
I
more of
do.
it.
Yeah, I do as well.
We spoke about Nicolas Cage a little bit early on in the show about his voice role in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. There was some news that came out, and we all know about Nicolas Cage and how he was almost Superman.
Yeah.
Right, this was back in like the
1998.
late 90s. There was test footage of him in that suit, and he was sort of set to play Superman. Sorry, he was recently asked during an interview whether or not he would like to still play Superman, and he said no, which is a good thing.
He's so wise.
And then he said,
Thanks, Dal.
and then he said, however, I think I'd made a great Lex Luthor.
I don't think he's wrong.
oh
Actually,
yes,
He's not wrong.
it would be much better than
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah. That's why he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's so wise. That's why he's the ultimate action
Actually,
superstar.
he can make like a pretty crazy Lex.
Yeah.
With that voice as well.
Yeah, that's why. Like he's not wrong.
Take the face off character.
The face
Yeah.
off, like fresh.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you know, he was already
That
like
sounds more like a.
he was already the best Ghost Rider we could ask for. Like
Actually, no. He can take the crazy part of Ghost Rider
and put it in Lex.
put Lex.
Yeah.
What's the crazy part of Ghost
like
Rider?
right before he turns into
so he
Ghost
calls
Rider.
himself Lex Rider.
Oh
No.
no! But honestly,
Stop trying.
Honestly, I think he would make a very, very decent Lex Luthor.
He'd
Yeah.
make it very decent.
Yes.
Yeah. he
And
would.
especially now since he's a little bit older.
Yeah.
I mean, Mandy. Have you guys seen Mandy?
Not yet.
So that's the movie that's bringing him back in the spotlight. By the way,
Okay.
His latest film, Mandy, and people.
Is that even out yet?
Uh,
Have you seen it?
I have
What?
sourced it through very reliable
Okay.
legal means. So Mandy is what's getting him a lot of like attention again.
Yep.
And it really is a good movie. Like you watch that and you go, yeah. So you know, his comeback is something that's been like being worked on for 10 years. Like 2 years ago, he said, I know the memes about me. I know the joke. Like he talked about how people see him as a joke. You know, like he knows everything. So it's like he's
knows
engineering
everything.
the greatest comeback ever.
Ah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean, the guy is good.
So he is a villain.
He is.
He is a Lex.
Yeah.
All right, Margot Robbie, who is Harley Quinn in the DCEU, she's apparently negotiating to star.
Oh, is that Margot Robbie's agent calling? Are we not supposed to talk about this?
Don't read out the news. She apparently is negotiating to star in a Barbie movie.
Whoa, actually,
I
yeah.
see it, yeah.
I see it.
I see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she can
I see
totally.
it.
Yeah.
The photo I have of Margot Robbie, which is attached to this article, is a photo of her in The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
And you can see it.
No, I
Yeah.
see it.
I see. Yeah.
Which kind of begs the question. We've talked about this over the last couple of weeks. Mattel is coming up with their own cinematic universe.
They are.
What?
Is Barbie gonna be in this?
I think Barbie's the Nick Fury of the cinematic universe.
What?
Yeah, like
She's gonna recruit people.
think about it. She's the conventional nuclear model of a woman, right? Like she's always been hailed as like a, you know, there's always been controversy that she's not a feminist icon. So they had to change the way Barbie looks. There's always controversy about her ethnicity, so they increased the product line, right? Like she's always come under scrutiny, and it makes perfect sense for her to be the the leader of an organization that recruits superheroes.
I'm turned
That's
Barbie.
that's a reach.
That's a reach, if anything.
Oh, easily. It's one of the greatest reaches I've ever made, but I just thought I'd put it out there.
Wow.
Here's something that may be a reach. Bad Boys. We'll probably see the reuniting of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
Really?
It's apparently getting a sequel, and the script is finally moving ahead at Sony.
Okay,
Can
I'm
it be called
confused.
Bad Men now?
Nice. There is a TV show based on this, right?
No.
Starring Gabriel Union, no?
What's the title?
Gabriel Union was in Bad Boys 2.
Yeah, and aren't they spinning off her character into a TV show? I'm pretty sure they are.
I'm not sure about that.
Gabriel Union and
Jessica Alba.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So
I don't know if it is the same character.
But wait, hang on a minute. Gabriel Union in this universe is the sister of Martin Lawrence, right?
I can't remember the details, but I remember she was in the second one.
Yeah.
Yep.
She played Mike Lowry's love interest.
Yes.
They were secretly dating because they didn't want
Correct.
Martin Lawrence's character to find out.
So it doesn't make sense for her to be police
Yeah.
because she wasn't.
She wasn't.
So maybe it's a different character.
Maybe.
Yeah, so it's called LA's Finest, and
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union reprises her character from Bad Boys, and it has Jessica
So
Alba.
reprising her character then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so this apparently third movie is might be a thing.
I wouldn't mind. It's one of those franchises that I feel like we could see if it works nowadays.
Yeah, I think so. I very recently watched Bad Boys 1. I think it was on like HBO. And it still holds up kind of.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain things that make you go cringe. Like the gun sounds. I'm like, oh no.
But this was 1990s.
Yes, it was.
So has Martin Lawrence retired? Because the report said that Will Smith is on board. Martin Lawrence is circling the project. Like, what else is he doing?
We do not know.
Trying to stay sane, I guess. We'll see what happens. Disney apparently is developing a live action Lilo and
Mulan.
Stitch
Right.
remake.
Yeah, I heard about this.
I don't know if this is something I want to see as a live action.
What would Stitch be like?
I think the live action stuff should be careful. They should be careful, just in my, because they're remaking from the farther ends of the catalog. Like they went
Jungle Book.
like the early that's the 1960 something.
Yep.
And then they did Maleficent, which is like related to Cinderella, which was like
okay.
very old as well.
No, not Cinderella.
sorry.
Snow White.
Snow White, which
Yeah.
is very old as well.
No, not Snow White. Was it Snow White?
No,
I wouldn't-
Sleeping
Sleeping
Beauty.
Beauty.
Sleeping
Yeah.
Beauty, which is
Directed
like
by Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah.
which one? The cartoon.
But,
Oh, you're
no.
talking about the live action.
Yeah.
Maleficent?
Maleficent, yeah.
Maleficent
That
is
one, yes.
Yeah.
Maleficent is Angelina Jolie.
Yeah,
right?
so
Yeah.
that's related to a cartoon that came out in the 70s.
Right. Yep.
Mary Poppins is like a sequel to a movie from the 60s. Like they've been going backwards, but I think Lilo and Stitch is still too new for them to just kind of do. Like Aladdin is like early 90s, they're doing that now. Lion
Yeah.
King is 94.
Lilo and Stitch is
2002.
2002. So give it another 5 years. Yeah,
maybe
because they announce it doesn't mean they're gonna do it straight away.
Maybe, yeah.
It's another
maybe
5-6 years down the road.
Seems the most doable.
You think so?
Maybe because
Like
it's
aliens,
close,
right?
and you got aliens.
We've got alien dogs, like
Yeah.
in Predator, anyway.
Per dogs.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know
Personally,
if this...
I would love to see Hercules in a live action movie.
Oh yes,
Oh, actually, yeah.
Actually have got the Rock one.
The Rock.
Oh.
Right.
with the lion's mane on his.
Disney
Yeah.
version, you mean?
Yeah, I mean the Disney version.
Oh.
I think that's also quite doable because they've got like.
Yeah, they could cast Ed Sheeran as the main guy. He's got the same hair.
Can you imagine? Never mind. Next
Yeah,
bit.
he can sing already.
Yeah. Next bit of news. Any video game fans here? I know Naz is. There
What
is
fan?
video game fans.
Oh right.
This guy playing Skyrim for the fourth
But
consecutive
only
week.
Skyrim. Like, that's all I know for the last month. Anyway, Mega Man, apparently, is getting a live action film
What?
by Capcom.
Nice.
Actually,
This has been part of their
Yeah.
universe that they're creating.
Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be a bit Robocop-y.
could be.
No, it's gonna be more like Alita.
Battle Angel.
Yeah.
It's like robot, we get and then...
I've played every single Mega Man game ever made. And when I heard this news, I was just like, all right, impress me. Like, it's not my first choice, but I don't hate it. Like, I'm like, all right.
It'd be interesting to see.
Like, I mean, video games have not had a great track record, right?
Nope, they have not.
There's not exactly a standard to hold it up to. So, just...
There
I
is
don't know.
Wreck-It Ralph.
That is a cartoon, though.
No, but what
Yes,
if
yes,
it'll be
yes.
like, like Power Rangers, like unexpectedly really good.
I'd be okay with that.
Uh,
I mean, Power Rangers was good.
Yes.
yeah, I agree with you there, but this is... Okay, fine. Yeah. My question is, will this Mega Man movie open up the catalog of other Capcom characters in games?
Why
If they
hasn't
do-
it though? Like
If it does, they should do
Street Fighter?
Resident Evil properly.
But they've done Street
wait,
Fighter.
Yeah.
Resident
Twice.
Evil
And
properly.
it wasn't like,
Oh, there are Capcom, right? Resident Evil is Capcom.
No, they've done Resident Evil properly. They
No,
have.
They have not.
They have.
They've done it, but they have not done it properly.
Yeah, it's proper enough.
No, it's
I wouldn't
not that.
say it's proper.
It's really not, Del.
Like-
It's proper
You,
enough.
you know
like,
what? I want the director of the Resident Evil franchise to do a Skyrim movie, and then we'll talk.
Sure.
That was not the reaction I was going for.
All right. Here's something that I think has been done proper. John Wick. We've had John Wick 1 and 2.
Yes, we
Yes.
And John Wick 3 is in the works. And we just had a teaser image come out. It came out, it was published in Empire Magazine. And it shows Keanu Reeves commandeering a horse.
Nice.
We,
That's what we needed.
we've seen him in the first 2 John Wick movies using cars.
And guns.
And guns.
Now we need him in a sword, with a sword and a horse.
Now he's on a horse. And it seems like he's being chased by a couple of motorcycles.
Nice. I love it. I love it.
I don't know how this works.
Why?
This chase scene with him on a horse reminds me of a scene from True Lies. Remember that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Oh,
Tom
Alright.
Arnold.
Yeah.
And there was that bit where he was chasing the terrorist and he commandeered a police horse. And
Right.
this feels like it.
Nice.
My
I love
only
it.
question is he wearing the Matrix sunglasses?
No.
Then this
Is he
movie
wearing
is
a
gonna
suit?
fail.
Yes.
Nice. I
He's
love
wearing a suit.
it. I love it.
Of course he's wearing a suit.
Oh, of course.
He's gonna wear a flannel shirt. Come on.
What?
I mean, he could wear horse riding clothes, but you know,
Horse riding
Where
clothes.
is he going to get horse riding clothes?
where does he get all the guns? I don't
What
know.
is a horse riding clothes?
I
Wait,
don't know.
wait. Does one horse equal one coin?
Oh, maybe. I love it. I love the idea of Keanu Reeves on a horse. That's what we needed.
I'm not 100% with you on this one, but I'm still excited to see John Wick 3 because we are going to be getting to see new characters. I think Halle Berry
Halle Berry's in there.
will
Wow.
be, she's playing one of the other assassins who will be at the hotel.
Interesting.
All right, so that's the news this week on the Wayang Crew podcast.
Oh,
If
did
you
we
want-
not cover Daredevil trailer?
Should we?
Daredevil? Is there a movie?
Trailer. No,
The
Netflix.
trailer.
Season
the
We're
trailer
talking
for-
about.
The trailer for season 3. All right,
We're
all right.
talking about
Yeah.
movies here.
We'll,
It's like the best trailer out there right now of
Really?
anything. Yeah.
we'll talk about
I
it
haven't seen
briefly.
it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it briefly. Daredevil season 3 is coming out really
Yeah.
soon. Some people say it's happening the second week of October. It's
19th October.
19th of October. And the trailer is, I don't know, there's so much happening. And he reverts back to like the old suit.
Yes. Love it.
I like the old suit.
Why
It's
though?
because
mean,
there's an imposter, according to the trailer, there's an imposter going around in a Daredevil outfit and killing people.
Ah,
We all know who the imposter is.
I don't.
Bullseye.
bullseye.
I-
Bullseye's.
I honestly don't.
I mean,
You mean Colin Farrell?
Yeah. That's it, Colin Farrell. He was in an airline and then he hit a peanut into somebody's throat.
He still has that stamp print on his forehead. Huh?
Yeah, he does.
yeah, you're always gonna get an imposter when
Yeah.
you wear a superhero suit. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, Batman had it.
Yeah,
in the
Batman
Dark
had a
Knight.
lot.
Had a lot. Of
Joker
them.
had a lot too.
All right, so now that's really the news this
Yeah,
week
that's out
on
of
the
my system. Nice.
on the Wayang Crew podcast. If you want to get in touch with us here on the show, you can do so via our contact links down below. And of course, up next, we will be talking about Venom, which is showing here in local cinemas in Brunei. I got a chance to watch this earlier in the week, so did all of you.
I watched it, I want to say, yesterday.
All right, and of course, Venom is not a stranger to any of us. We've seen him in Spider-Man 3 way back in 2007, played by Topher Grace, which was to many people an abysmal portrayal of the character. This Venom, I think,
What's better than Topher Grace?
it's his first solo outing,
It's a very interesting point you raised there.
and it tells the story of the lead character, which is Eddie Brock, and how a symbiote comes in.
Symbiote.
Which is it? Symbiote,
It's
symbiote.
actually both.
It's actually
Yeah.
both. Depends how you.
No, they changed it though.
Yeah, they
did.
changed all of it for the movie. And how he comes to find or is found by the symbiote, which turns out to be Venom. That's essentially it.
Yeah, so I liked Venom.
Yeah.
yeah.
Venom was good.
Yes.
Venom
He
was
was just how I imagined him growing up.
Like that chemistry between Tom Hardy and Tom Hardy, who voices
Venom.
Did
the
he
voice
voice
of
Venom?
Yeah.
he voiced Venom.
Okay. So I liked the Venom side of the story. Like when he's in there, it's like, we are hungry. Like
Yeah.
all that. I was like, oh, this is like when you read the comics, this is the kind of voice you have in your head.
And even in the games,
Yeah. But I really did not like Eddie Brock.
actually, he's not supposed to be likable.
No,
I think I'm not a fan
There's
of
a
the
difference
approach.
between
His acting. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think Topher Grace was a better Eddie Brock.
Actually,
Yes.
yes. I agree.
I was so scared saying
No,
that.
no.
I was like, they're kicking me out.
No,
They're kicking me out. This is my last show.
Topher Grace's Eddie Brock
Yes, his
was
Venom
like
was not-
Weasley and
Yeah,
annoying,
yeah.
but his Venom was like meh. But I agree, Tom Hardy's Venom is the Venom.
Yeah,
really.
it's really a shame because like just the first frame he's in, he's waking up and he's on bed. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, I really just
Don't like
what
this
is he
guy.
doing? And then
Yeah.
like there are some parts. I know it's a movie, but it just beggars belief, right? Like,
Yeah.
are we doing spoiler reviews or what are we doing?
No, not yet. We're still doing
general
we're doing
Oh
a
yeah,
general
so
sort
there
of
are
thoughts
some
review.
decisions he made as Eddie Brock that made me go, why?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is not Eddie. That was me.
And I think the filmmakers knew this, so they gave Venom quite a decent amount of exposure. But I just feel like he should have showed up earlier.
Yes, because
It took a long time
It
for,
took
a long time.
for Venom to come out. Like
I was
the full blown
bored.
Venom, yeah.
yeah, we saw symbiotes, but we didn't
Yeah.
see Venom.
Yeah.
So as superhero movie goes, this was not the worst, but it wasn't good. If you take away the superhero element from this movie, it is at best a B-level
Alien
sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Right.
And that is already bad because then it's all about the story, and the story is just meh. The acting, my goodness, Michelle Williams.
Oh, Michelle Williams
What
is
happened?
so bland. Like,
She's one of our best of this generation.
Everybody was bland if you think about it.
Sure,
Yeah,
but
but she
Michelle
was, like, the most
Williams, have
like-
you seen anything that she's done that is not good?
No,
'Cause I have
the
not-
last thing I saw her
this-
in was The Greatest Showman, which was really good.
yeah,
Last-
you know, Dr. Dan, like the
Dan.
boyfriend,
Yeah.
was more interesting than Michelle Williams.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
He's from Veep.
I just
so
I
good at
think
Veep.
I just checked out. Like I just
No.
about 15 minutes into the film, I checked out mentally. I was like, yeah, I don't care. You know,
Because the first half an hour was so bad.
it really
Yeah.
wasn't the
The,
best.
the first shot of Michelle Williams and Tom Hardy
In the room.
in the room, oh my goodness, I
It was
wanted to
so
cry.
awkward.
Why? There's no chemistry.
No chemistry.
That is she is total miscast, unfortunately. And you know the last throwaway movie line that she had to deliver about how she can be a tough cookie or whatever.
yeah.
Bad. She's not meant for these movies. She is so good, but not for this.
Yeah.
You know what I think? I think if this movie came out 10 years ago, we would be okay with it.
Sure.
Sure.
Just because the bar's been slowly going up.
Yeah.
Like,
No, the bar has been moved up exponentially over the
Yeah,
last 10 years, especially by Marvel.
Kevin Feige, thank you very much.
in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and for Sony to come in to try and launch
With
their
this,
own
yeah.
Spider-Verse, which
You can tell this movie tried so
Yeah.
hard
Yeah.
to
Like,
be a Marvel movie.
there were parts where I thought the CG was really well done.
Yeah.
Like
I
when
agree.
he got out of the water and he was at the harbor, and the symbiote kind of grew an extra head and was
yeah,
talking
it was
to him.
talking to him.
Yeah.
If you notice the light reflections on the tar parts, the darker parts, and on the eyes, like it's really
really
well,
good.
It's
Yeah,
really
I
well
agree.
It's like
composed.
photorealistic. Like
Yeah.
it's really there.
I just don't know. The problem with this film is that
The acting.
that's one, but I don't. Okay, so I this may be a reach. I don't think there's a person out there who hears the word Venom and doesn't know anything about it. Venom is so synonymous with Spider-Man. You know certain things about it, whether or not you're a comic book or a movie fan. If you've even heard the name Spider-Man in your life, chances are you've heard of Venom. And this really doesn't deliver on the level of the fame that Venom has. Like I just felt like it was just.
See, the problem here is that this is essentially an origin story.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can't have that level of evilness or however bad he might be in the Spider-Verse yet, because this is a first step and the introduction of a character. And I mean,
Yeah.
But I didn't
When-
think it was a great first step. You know,
It's
like
not-
okay, so if you look at Batman Begins, which is an origin movie as well, I feel like Batman Begins did a really they built the world really well. They kind of
Yeah.
introduced the character. With this, we didn't get either or.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was like Eddie Brock's universe world.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, why is it in San Francisco? That one, I was like, what? No, Daily Bugle, no.
because he got pushed out of New York.
Yeah, but like, I didn't
Not
like
bad.
that. It wasn't like a strong
No,
reason, you know.
it wasn't.
Like,
But as far as the lore of Venom and the character of Venom and Eddie Brock, this movie doesn't follow anything
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
source material, especially Eddie Brock. Because I was so disappointed with this movie that I went back immediately, went Comixology and bought the 2002, I think, the Venom what's it called? It's just the origin story
Like
of
the
Venom
graphic
again.
novel of
Yeah.
Okay.
And in one issue, not even one issue, in just a few pages, it covered who Eddie Brock really is. He's
Yeah.
the kid who pretends to rescue a neighbor's cat, by kidnapping it in the first place. That is
There
who
it
Eddie
is.
Brock.
That's the thing.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
not Weasley enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because in this movie, he's made out to be a good guy.
Yeah.
And they want
He's
Venom
Peter
to
Parker
Be,
in this
yeah.
He's trying to save the world.
Yeah, and that's why. So when he started seeing Riz Ahmed's character and he starts throwing out questions, I'm like, this is not the time nor the
Yeah.
place to do this.
And he is such a professional, or has become such a professional, and he's been prompted by the boss to not do anything stupid.
And he
And he went and does it anyway. So it's the different kind of weasel, and this weasel is so cheap.
Yeah.
Wow, Del's just.
All right, so that's the non-spoiler
Non-spoiler.
impressions.
All right, let's
Uh,
talk about this.
Moving on, this is going to be a full spoiler review of Venom. So if you want to sort of save yourself, if you have not watched it and you want to check it out for yourself, do skip on over ahead
Shall
to the
we
next
say
segment.
spoiler at the same time on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
All right,
Okay.
spoiler alert.
His voice is really good.
It
I
is.
loved it.
Yes.
It
But-
really is.
That's not enough.
That's
to
the only
save the
part I
movie.
like.
Here's the thing.
I
This-
thought the fighting scenes were pretty good.
This really should have been it, right? That whole angle with the Life Foundation was nonsense,
That was stupid.
right?
And that
it
throwaway line.
It should have been Eddie Brock got Cletus Cassidy in prison for something. He framed up just to get a great story,
Yeah.
right? The symbiotes have already come on Earth. He's already Venom. And then we should have seen the birth of Carnage. That's how it should have been. Like, there's not enough in this constrained universe that Sony's trying to build. Because they can't use the Spider-Man black angle. They can't use
Yeah.
the black... Why reinvent the wheel? Just start with he's already Venom, and then we see the birth of Carnage. That would have been simpler. This whole riot angle was so weird.
I know symbiotes, they're pretty smart. And there should have been more. It would have been more
Yeah.
interesting.
Because you can't seem to be invested. You can't even bring yourself to care about these human experiments. Like,
Yeah.
we're told it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like, and Riz Ahmed's all like, find another person. We gotta save mankind.
And like he's acting like God. And
yeah,
everything.
it just...
I didn't feel his character.
Yeah, we don't...
Like he didn't feel like the super evil
Yeah.
character who
Yeah,
tries to save-
that's the problem, is that they just chose the wrong premise. Like, when they were fighting near that spaceship, I just laughed. I was like, this is so silly.
And that's another problem with a movie like this, because you have the protagonist and the antagonist, both are CGI characters. You don't see any humanness in them. It's very difficult to root for one. Same problem the Hulk has. The Hulk and Abomination, nobody cared when they
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
The fight scenes aren't that great. I mean, two CGI characters going at it at each other is not the best thing, which Marvel has stayed away from.
That's
and
true.
there's a reason for that. And even the car chase scene, it is so poorly done. It
could
wasn't
have been done better. Yeah.
it wasn't exciting. I was bored, and nothing really jumped out from it.
I only liked the part where Venom kind of pushed two cars away from the motorcycle.
Yeah, true.
I like that
True.
part. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
If there's anything that I can say positively about this movie, is that this movie really is about the journey that the character of Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock, like his journey from being like the best reporter apparently, and then his downfall a year later, and then he's down, he's scraping the bottom of the barrel, and then this thing happens where he feels like he needs to get his life back together, and then he ends up with a symbiote, and that symbiote, for some strange reason, he is a compatible host. That they made it very apparent that these
Yeah.
symbiotes need a host, like kind of like an organ donor kind of
Yeah.
situation, and it works. And I really don't see how the symbiote warms up to him so
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't understand why Venom finally decided to stay on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he said, "You
his
changed my mind."
Yeah, he was like,
Why?
"You're the reason," and I'm like, "But why?"
What? Yeah, what triggered it?
Like, okay, I get it. Like, he's inside his brain, so he knows everything about Eddie, right? But it doesn't show.
Yeah,
like how
Eddie's
much.
not a great
Yeah,
guy.
because,
Yeah.
because Eddie's not the best guy out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
He's done some horrible things.
And Venom knows about it.
Yeah.
He even told him to apologize.
And Venom was there to kind of take over the world, take over Earth
Yeah.
with the other symbiotes.
But he's
what
he's
made
one
him
of the
change
weak
his mind?
Because he's a loser.
Because he's a loser.
And he says
like
it like,
me. Yeah.
I'm a loser. Like on my planet, I'm a loser.
Like you, Eddie.
Like you. And
How come he speaks English, huh?
I think
He
they
bonded-
can learn.
Yeah,
yeah,
no, he
when,
bonded.
when,
Okay.
when
Like,
they bond,
so-
and then,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Because
Which means if they bond,
Riot can speak Malaysian.
Riot can speak
Riot can
Malay.
speak Malay,
Because the beginning scenes of this movie apparently happens in Sarawak in Cebu.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Indonesia? Sorry.
No, Sarawak,
No.
Cebu.
Oh, okay.
It
was
says so, like
East Malaysia.
Borneo. There were some articles that I read that were from Malaysian-based publications where people in cinemas in Malaysia went crazy. They were like, "Oh, it's Malaysia!"
Like the Bruneians went Brunei in the crazy radiation.
And then there was that first line where the paramedic goes, "Ini masih hidup."
Yeah.
They were like, "Ah."
They sound like they're from Sabah or something.
Yeah, they sound like they're from Sabah. But anyway, what I am more curious about is how Riot, who apparently landed in Borneo,
Yeah.
it took him 6 months to get all the way to San Francisco,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To the Life Foundation.
Yeah.
How did he last that long in that old lady?
I'm guessing he ate people on the way.
Oh, okay. So he had to sort of sustain.
Yeah.
Still
sustain.
took him quite a bit of time to get there.
Yeah.
6 months.
No, but he picked the wrong body, I'm
yeah,
guessing.
because susah, you have to apply passport.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And she doesn't know anything. She's an old lady who lives in the kampong.
No, but he knows.
Yeah, but like the information he got from her is probably just from localized.
That's
you know?
true. He should have found someone who know how to use Google. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Symbiotes are not very smart.
I don't know. I beg to differ.
All right. I guess the only question I have left to ask is this something that you would recommend someone, a casual viewer?
Casual viewer, watch it because there are some funny. Well, he tries to be funny.
Yeah.
I mean, Venom is funny. Eddie tries to be funny.
That relationship between Tom Hardy and Venom, like
it's good.
That is a good. I mean, to me, that was the best
Yeah.
thing that came out of this
Yeah.
movie. That was a good relationship.
Yeah.
There were some funny bits, and you kind of get where each of them are coming from. I mean,
Yeah.
they're both Tom Hardy essentially.
Yeah.
But everything else around them just
Yeah.
lets us down. I think we're in agreement when I say that.
I agree.
I didn't have the highest expectations for this movie, but I was still
Same.
disappointed.
Me neither. Yeah.
I was only impressed after 1 hour.
After an hour.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. When Venom starts talking to him, no, we don't. Like, you know, like don't open the door.
Like the
things that.
first thing he says is he's brushing his teeth and he goes, "Food."
And
No, he says Eddie.
this reminds me that the other movie with the other Tom Hardy look-alike, where he became like
Upgrade, yeah.
Upgrade.
Yeah.
Upgrade is like this one, but better, right? I haven't seen Upgrade, but from
right,
the
right,
trailer,
yeah.
Yes. Upgrade
it looks
is,
much better than this.
Yes, Upgrade
And it
actually
looks similar.
Upgrade had a better story.
Yeah.
Much better story on a much lower budget and with a totally original story character and story. So anyway, let's give our ratings for Venom. Let's start off with Del.
For Venom, Woody Harrelson coming up in the end, so I'll be generous a little bit. I'll give it 5 symbiotes out of 10.
5 out of 10. Naz?
I give it a 6.5. What's in the movie? What's so good
Lobsters.
in the movie? 6.5 lobsters.
Okay.
Out of 10.
Kai?
Okay, I think I will give it 4 Toffer Graces out of 10.
I'm going to be the most generous here. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10 Borneos. Because I went in totally with zero expectations. I saw like one review before I went to watch the movie. And that review was saying like, look, there are two sides to this story.
Yeah.
Either you approach it from this angle or you go in from this angle. And it totally depends on you, on how you enjoy this. This was garbage, but it wasn't like bad garbage. It was just...
It was fun.
It was okay. There were some good points.
Actually, they were fun. So,
Overall, I think it's still a fun time. It's something that you can watch with the family because it is PG-13.
Yeah.
Although the fans were clamoring for it to be an R rating to push it up there. But yeah, that's the Wayang Crew's thoughts on Venom. And if you want to catch this, it's still showing here in local cinemas. Which brings us to our next bit of the show, which is...
Oi, apa liat-liat? Apa liat-liat? Hoi, 看什么看? Apa liat-liat?
Apa liat-liat? 你看什么看?
Apa liat-liat? See what see? 笑了.
Yep, that's right. It's Apa Liat Liat, and it's what else we've been watching this week besides Venom. Del, Apa Liat Liat. See what?
What's he?
What's he?
What's he? I don't know. I've been
Skyrim cutscenes.
No, don't say Skyrim.
No. I still have time to watch stuff like Jack Ryan.
Oh, okay.
I've started watching Jack Ryan. I've got like 2 more episodes to go.
The Amazon series, yeah?
Yes. Did not impress because
Wow.
it felt too much like 24.
Yes, you are right. There are certain elements there.
And 24 is like 10 years ago. So I needed the story to be more unpredictable than like a 24 series.
Yeah, but you're on like episode 8 now, right?
Yeah.
Which means you got two more.
Two more to go.
Two more to go. And I think I did highlight this a couple of weeks ago when I watched it. Like towards the end, it just felt a bit rushed. So be prepared for that.
Okay, so it's just gonna get worse. Okay, got it. And I don't know about the casting of what's his name,
John Krasinski.
Krasinski. I don't know. It's just very iffy.
I think maybe you're finding it hard to shake off the whole comedic.
I didn't see him in the office. I didn't watch Office.
Okay.
But it's just the way he, I think the second episode he took punches into the face.
Yeah.
That was a really bad acting, man. Sheesh.
Well, this is
he doesn't look like because he's never seen action, but he felt like he had.
No, he has seen action. He was in this version of Jack Ryan. He was a soldier and he served like in Afghanistan or Iraq or something.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the origin of this version of the character.
Okay, but still, the facial expression is something I didn't agree with.
Like you found it a bit hard to buy into.
Yeah, he still feel very wooden at times.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Naz, apa lihat?
I started watching documentaries on Netflix.
Nice. What did you watch?
One of the documentaries is Explained. It's done by Vox. It's pretty fun.
Isn't Vox like a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they made
Like a feature length.
No. Each episode is like 20 minutes ish. It's pretty good. I recommend it.
What do they explain?
Oh, the first episode is about music. So it's like
so what it means to us humans and how
and
it
like
affects
what
us.
is music,
Okay.
like what's high octave, low octave. Then next episode was about water. It's pretty good. Who else recommended it on Instagram? A lot of celebrities like it.
Are
so,
for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Recommended for
Anyone.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'll
Anyone of all
probably check
age.
that out. Kai, apa lihat?
South Park season 21.
Nice. That's still going.
Yeah, it's getting better by the season.
Wow.
This season they're talking about stuff that's very like contemporary right now, especially to do with political
So yeah,
correctness.
politics and.
And it's just amazing.
I once saw a featurette about Matt Stone and Trey Parker, and because they still write and they still voice and they still come up with the concepts for every episode of South Park, and the journey that they take from Monday to I think Saturday.
Yes.
So in that 1 week, they piece together a whole episode from start to finish, and it's conception and this, and then they throw it to the animators in Korea, and then it comes back, and then they voice it, and then it needs to be sent off on like Friday. There's a cutoff.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what they do.
It is. It's a very rigorous process, and if anything, the writing's only getting better because now the whole season is one arc. It is no longer individual episodes. It's like the whole season is an arc, and this season is about the kids kind of taking on the political climate in America. It's really good.
Okay.
It's amazing.
I think this is the season that Cartman is Coon.
He has the Kun reappears. So they wanted to do a cinematic universe. So they're taking digs at Marvel.
Yeah.
They're doing Netflix movies. It's really good.
They're calling up Netflix and Okay.
Netflix is like, you're green.
You're approved.
You're approved. Yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
Love it.
Anything else?
Have they found out who killed Kenny?
Which time?
I don't know. I don't really watch, so I just know Kenny is dead.
Kenny dies all the time.
Yeah.
So he's
who
still
killed-
alive, right?
Yeah.
So he still dies.
He's like, I'm
Who's
guessing
killing Kenny?
everybody.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Could be anyone.
You killed Kenny.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. I'm loving South Park.
All right. This week, I got a chance to check out quite a bit. I watched, because it's out on digital, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Still good after like 3 or 4 months of it coming out in the cinema. It's kind of fun watching it again because then you've already watched the movie. I only watched it once in the cinemas, and then now there's certain things that you try and look out
Pick
for
up, right? Yeah.
to pick up and, maybe predict what happens in the MCU. I also got a chance to watch Hotel Artemis, which is something that I was looking forward to because the trailer was kind of cool.
It never came.
It never came,
Not
but
here,
not here, but it's already out on digital. It is a disappointment.
Oh,
It had so much promise. It has Jodie Foster in there, Bautista is in there, Jeff Goldblum, but it was such a letdown. Charlie Day is in there as well.
I love Charlie Day.
And who's that girl, the one from the first Kingsman with the knife legs? Sophia
Botella.
She's in
The
there
Mummy.
as
Yeah.
well. She's in there as well. And finally, I also got a chance.
Was she the mummy?
Yeah, she was the mummy.
Yeah.
She was the
She was
mummy.
the mummy. Yeah.
why?
I've not seen the film.
Oh.
That's why I
Watch
said
it.
Congratulations.
Watch it for Tom Cruise because he does no wrong? Question mark.
No, he doesn't. Okay, I'll watch it.
And I also got a chance to watch a Netflix movie called Operation Finale. It's already out, which is a story of how it's post-World War II. It's the 1960s, and a lot of the German generals and those who were designing, who ordered the torture of the Jews during the war, they fled and they assimilated into societies like Argentina, and they found refuge there. And it's the story of how this Israeli Mossad crew extracted one of the higher generals named Adolf Eichmann.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's based on a true story, and it wasn't awesome, but it was a nice story. So do check that out on Netflix. And I think that's it. That's the show this week on the Wayang Crew podcast. Join us next week where we will be talking about... What are we talking about next week?
Simple Favor, maybe?
Oh, I can't wait. It's coming out on the 11th, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I hope so.
Okay.
Just a heads up, we got a show on the 12th and the 13th.
Yeah, so I'm guessing we are not recording on Sunday.
Well, we might.
Okay,
We'll
let's
see.
Because we have not been doing it the last two shows, after the last two shows.
Yeah, because we're just so knackered and tired. But
I want to watch it for Henry Golding.
Is he in the film?
He's the husband.
Of who?
Of,
Blake
Blake
Lively's
Lively.
character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know nothing about this movie.
me neither.
It's based on a book.
Oh, is that why he's appearing on all the talk shows now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
apart from Crazy
Crazy
Rich
Rich
Asians.
Asians.
Right, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
getting famous.
We'll see you on the next episode of the Wayang Crew podcast, whenever that might be. For the Wayang Crew, this is Kevin signing off. Bye.